Phony Homies. On today's episode, we discuss Week 8's big injuries, Week 9's waiver wire ads, drops, and our studs and duds. Are you ready? Let's go. Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Fake Football Guys Show. I'm your host, Giancarlo Campos, and alongside me is the greatest co-host in the entire world, Dustin D.L. Lingerman. What's up, baby?
What's up, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Honestly, couldn't feel any better.
That's good, man.
Life's good, bro.
That's good.
Yeah,
especially, man. It's been a crazy day. We'll get into it.
Yeah, man.
Dang.
It's been a jam-packed day. Lots of trades. The trade deadline came and went, and we have a lot of information to go over with you, the viewer. But before we do that, let's get some
listener,
of the...
and listener.
Yeah, the viewer, the listener, wherever you're consuming this. We got a lot for you today. But let's get some pleasantries out of the way real quick. The executive producer of the show, the one, the only, Andres Valentin. What's up, Andrew? How's it going, bro?
You know, guys, I've often heard that it's good to be the king, but, man, I got to tell you, it's great to be the king.
Ooh.
It's great to be number one on top, especially when, I got to say, it kind of feels like we're falling a little bit ass backwards in some of these wins, but, man, I'm loving life right now. Just this, thank you so much for inviting me for the first year in this league, and I am kicking ass.
Yeah, he's in first place. I think he's 7-1.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I'm glad you could be a part of our great league.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's a pleasure to have you in the league, and talk as much shit as you can, please.
I like the swagger. I like the swagger.
I mean, I got to do it right now because I've got a feeling like the other foot will drop at some point.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying that knowing that hopefully there might be a little bit of anti-karma coming my way where, like, nothing will come and hit me, and I'll just keep going on a run to the way till I get that belt, so.
Oh.
Speaking of that belt, we have a replica here because the actual championship belt that I'm supposed to have has not been given to me yet.
Really?
Really?
I was told that it was sent. I was told that it was sent. It's on the way. It was in the mail. Huh. Looks like we got a couple liars in our league, and you know who you are.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, I do want to also shout out our sound engineer. He makes us sound much better than we are. David Double D Dykstra. Double D, how's it going? He's in demand right now. Okay. Yeah, he's in the sound engineer room. We should definitely take a camera back there.
Yeah, we
and
should
show people what it looks like.
Yeah, we should just take a camera there and then just you guys pop it on.
We could get a cutout of him and we could put him in here.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah, let's get a cutout.
David, if you can hear me in there, get us a photo and we'll do a cutout of you real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love that. That'd be cool. Anyway, let's introduce our intern, Chicharrones. That was his name, right? Chicharrones.
Yeah, Chicharrones.
Nah, we go with affectionately call him D. What's up, D? How's it going, man?
Man, so far so good. I appreciate y'all.
Damn, bro, you got that smooth,
he just
R&B
silky,
radio voice.
He literally makes our show that much cooler.
He's like
because we got the swag guy.
You're listening to V104.3 with D.
With all your
Jesus, man.
Wow,
it's
man.
ridiculous. Well, anyway. And our second intern today, sitting in the back, TJ. What's up, TJ? There it is. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, let's get this show on the road. As a reminder out there, phony homies, you can follow us on Twitter. DL, where can they follow us?
Tweet FFG.
And if you have any questions, use the hashtag
Ask Us FFG.
You can also send us emails if that's more your speed. DL, where can the viewer or listener send us emails?
Oh, phony homies can send their emails to askusffg@gmail.com.
Fantastic. I love it. Pretty simple. It's all streamlined.
Yeah.
You know how we do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, people can also call us if they decide to. Can't believe I give out my personal phone number, but here we are again, week 8, giving out my number for the who knows how many episodes we've done now of this show.
I'm just shocked.
Like 35, 40 episodes now?
Yeah.
Something like that, right? I'm curious. We got to go back and look.
Interesting.
But anyway, that phone number where the phony homies at home can call is
Area code 708-655-4508. All
so
messages
much.
and
Yes.
data charges do apply.
Ooh, damn, dude. You're just
I
getting
know,
better
right?
and better
I know.
every single episode.
I love it.
Yeah. But as always,
Little wrinkles.
please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and
Smash!
that notification button. We're on YouTube, IG, Facebook, anywhere you consume your podcast, anywhere you want to view your video, we're there. Check us
Yeah.
out.
And hopefully one day we'll have more TikToks.
Yeah. One day.
One day.
One day.
Still waiting.
Yep.
It's almost been a year.
Yep.
It's coming, all right? Just get, I'm a very in-demand man myself. I'm making a lot of money. I got another $1,000 job going on right now, so
Good for you, man.
I'm doing what I can. I don't know what the gig is yet, but I mean, it's apparently going to be getting me $1,000. So, if I go missing for a while, just, we have a backup just in case.
TJ?
Thanks. Yeah, we do have a backup. TJ, we got D. D's learning how to run the board soon, so
Yeah, man.
you know how it goes.
Working you out.
Whoa, bro. Whoa.
Work out.
Dude, that jacket is pretty fly.
I know, right?
I do like it. Not
I like
gonna
it
lie.
too.
Yeah, man. We're upping our game out
I
here.
know.
That's
It's
what we're trying to do.
I feel confident, It's suede.
What does it look good, feel good, be good?
Yeah, that's right,
Be. I like it. All right, anyway, we got a
Okay.
jam-packed show
Thank
for you
you.
guys today. Let's go ahead and get started with our Week 8 performances. DL, let's look
Okay.
back on how the week went.
I will. I had a great week. It was awesome. I went 3-1.
Okay.
I'm also counting our league as a win too because I was part of it. So there we go. Yeah, Kamara is finally the Kamara that we all knew. Right, he had a hell of a game. Another stud, Jalen Hurts, AJ MF Brown with those 3 TDs. Thank you. And Amari Cooper. Didn't think I was gonna say his name this year. But yeah, he looked awesome. The only slight thing that I did, which probably everyone did, was bench Kyle Pitts, and he actually had a great game. So I won't be benching him this week, and hopefully it won't bite me. So, but yeah, I'm just happy that my team is finally healthy or somewhat healthy. We got Swifty back, Kamara. So it was nice to see the guys that I drafted actually performed.
Yeah. So, really quickly, one of the viewers chimed in and said that you have a very Han Solo looking jacket.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
For those at home that don't know, because we are a nerdy show, see if I can pull this off. There you go. Han Solo. Yeah, I just did that.
I like it.
Live,
I like it.
Live television. But anyway, for me, DL, I am not doing too hot in our leagues.
Oh.
We're looking pretty good in the joint team that we share.
Yeah,
we actually steamrolled a team.
Crushed.
What do we have, 230 points?
230 points. We were up halfway through the afternoon games. It was one of those weeks where the rest of the games you didn't even care. You're like, yeah, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And those are fun.
Exactly.
Those are fun weeks when you're just like, okay.
Yeah. You just set it and forget it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a team like that.
But then also you're like, okay, I'm at the 40 mark with A.J. Brown. He's caught 3 touchdowns. Come on, one more. Just give me the one more. It's like crack. Just keep coming back.
Damn, bro. Well, yeah, it is like crack. You keep coming back. What are you? You freaking a rapper now?
Dude, it's the coat, bro.
Dude, it is the coat.
It's the coat.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Look good, feel good, be good.
Yeah, that's what.
But anyway, I went 3-8 this past week.
Ooh,
I took
brutal.
a lot of
Shit.
L's. I swear I don't usually suck this much in fantasy, but it's probably been my worst year in fantasy. So I definitely have to turn things around. I'm in last place in 4 leagues.
Whoa, this is a
Yeah.
bad year for you.
Yeah.
Dang,
Yeah,
bro.
I never really lose money. I usually make a little bit more than what I spent. This year it's not looking like that. I do have
Ruh-roh.
a chance in a few other leagues, but in 4 of them I'm pretty much out of it. And unfortunately in my home league, I know we have a lot of viewers from my little friend group that I have. I might end up wearing a dress. Yeah. So in my
You
home
should go
league,
live for that.
Yeah, I mean we could do a live.
We should
Yeah.
be there for that.
I could
Andrew?
definitely go live. Yeah, so I could just turn on my phone and just, flip it on.
Yeah,
and go live.
that too, okay.
But long story longer, when you go last in our home league, you have to wear a dress and buy a gentleman a drink at a bar during our draft. Like we do it on draft day at the end of the draft. Yeah.
That's kind of a nice way to start things off. I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to have to ask someone to help me find a dress. So
Maybe not this year, but next year we'll do that because
Yeah.
I'm almost dead last in our league. So
yeah, well, there you
I'm
go.
not
You, the
doing it.
viewer, if you have any dress ideas, feel free to send them our way because I do have to wear a dress.
Or
probably,
even
so.
what is, if you have one of those leagues, what is one of the worst penalties for coming in last?
Dude, I've seen some terrible ones where somebody has to get a tattoo for coming in last. I don't know if I would do something like that, but I've seen it.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I've
wow.
heard it. Another one I saw this on social media. You have to eat pancakes for 24 hours, and for every pancake that you eat, you get an hour shaved off the amount of time you have to sit in the restaurant. So let's say you're sitting in IHOP and you eat 15 pancakes, then you only have to sit in there for another 9 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
pretty crazy.
Huh, okay.
There's a lot of crazy last place ideas, so I kind of like the dress idea, but it is.
Yeah,
what it is.
I do. It's cool too. You have to buy someone a drink, so it's kind of like, hey man, just help me. Help you. Real quick though, in my deep league, my 14-man league, shout out to you guys. I'm sitting in 6th place.
Hey.
Yeah, this is like this is probably the hardest league I'm in because there is no waiver wire. It's just draft and hope for the best. So I'm excited about this. The only league I have not won in.
Oh, dang.
Like was the champion. Everyone else, I've been the champ.
Yeah,
multiple times.
Same, except I'm only in one of my leagues. I've never been a champion. We just got back in it, my buddy Tim and I. So we're hoping to try to be champs soon. We came in 2nd place last year, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, enough about us.
Yeah.
Let's go to the news. DL, there was a ton of transactions that just occurred recently, as in about 40 minutes ago. The NFL trade deadline just came and went, and a ton of news. DL, what you got for us?
All right, so there was a lot of trades. I really just kind of made it down or a list of like fantasy football related. So if you're wondering like, hey, how come you didn't talk about this one defensive player being traded? That's why. So anyways, we're going to start things off in Chicago. Linebacker Roquan Smith was traded to the Ravens for a 2nd round.
Timeout. You just said that you weren't going to talk about defense, and we started with a Roquan Smith.
Well, that's different. Because hold on.
I was just going to say the same thing. Like, you can't say that statement and then immediately go to defense. Like,
listen, guys. Because really what it boils down to...
This is emotional therapy for Dustin. That's what this is.
We are a Bears show.
We are a Bears show, number one. And the real reason why I put this up is that Chicago actually traded for Chase Claypool, and they gave up that 2nd round pick. So in actuality...
Oh, I see what you did.
In actuality...
Jedi mind tricks over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That Roquan was really just traded for Chase Claypool. So suck it, Andrew. What?
Yeah.
I have to actually correct you on that. We did a little bit of digging, and I don't want to break your heart, but I kind of have to. It was actually the Bears' 2nd round draft pick that was traded for Roquan, or for Chase Claypool.
That's true.
Not the Ravens pick. So we still have the Ravens pick. The Bears gave away their 2nd round draft pick.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Tomato,
That's a higher
bro.
2nd round draft pick at
Kind of
this point.
splitting hairs here, bro. Like, doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the news.
Yeah, I'll give you the news. Okay, moving on.
Don't get mad at me just because of what I said on Twitter.
Oh, we're going to get to that,
I know what
too.
this is about.
We're going to get to that towards the end.
I know what this is about. I have an opinion, and you attack me. That's what that is.
Oh, okay.
Bullying me on Twitter.
Oh, all right.
And why? Because Elon Musk bought it? Is that it?
Oh, wow.
Dude, this is great.
Hey,
Please.
First of all,
Bring it
we will
on.
get to that.
He gets into one guy gets into first place one time in the
now
league,
all of a
and now
sudden,
he's the king.
You got these big old brass balls coming out.
I brought up the opinion that said I don't think Justin Fields the
Let's
guy,
get into it.
and Dustin attacks me for it.
That's because everybody and their mom saw that game and said how great he did, and he did do well because he was the offense was the only thing keeping him alive in that game. And you go on Twitter and say, Justin Fields just isn't the guy after he has one of his best games, and you come out and say that he's not the guy. Hold on, I ain't done. Put the camera back on me. Do your job. Okay, anyways.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyways, this fool comes out and says all that. Even Skip Bayless himself, probably one of the most annoying Cowboys fan, complimented Justin Fields. And all of a sudden, this guy's like, well, I have an opinion, and that's my opinion. It's a hot take. You know, it's a silly take, bro. Silly.
All right, let's re-rack. So Andrew is of the belief that Justin Fields is not a franchise quarterback because he is not a pocket passer. Is that your stance? And you don't think they can win with him?
No, my problem with Justin Fields has nothing to do with his presence in the pocket.
Sure.
It really has to do with the fact that even if we're calling him the franchise quarterback, at some point we're supposed to see him take over a game. We're supposed to be able to see. He didn't take over that game. He did not take over that game. At what point did they ever have that in place? I understand that there's a lot of things wrong with the Bears, But at some point, we have to be able to see his star shine brighter than everybody else's. And right now, can you honestly say there's anybody from that 2021 NFL draft class of Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance that are even close to being top-tier superior quarterbacks in the next few years? Because right now they're all playing very average. Even Justin Fields, despite the fact that, yes, he made plays in this game, he kept the Bears somewhat into it, no matter what, he still played a lot like Jimmy Garoppolo does, where he's not a necessary piece to the team. He's just a little piece that kind of falls in place. He keeps the team alive, but he's not necessarily the guy that's going to take him over the hump. And if you look at Ohio State's history with quarterbacks, Dwayne Haskins has not, even though he has passed away, he was not a very good starter. I have my own doubts about C.J. Stroud, considering that Ohio State has a lot of talent, and when they go to other teams, they struggle significantly. The same thing can be also said for Alabama quarterbacks. I do want to clarify. From where I stand right now, I'm not giving up on Justin Fields, but what I'm telling you is that right now where I sit, right now, and that's what I should have preferenced, right now where we sit, I can't say he's the guy.
That's fair.
But if I'm wrong, I will totally say I'm wrong. Did I not say that also on Twitter?
You did.
I said I'm wrong, so I'm giving him the rest of the year, even into next year. Get the Bears to 8-9, 9-8, make even a playoff run, and I will totally say that I was wrong about Justin Fields. But where I sit right now, can you honestly say I'm wrong with Justin Fields by saying he's a franchise quarterback? Can you say full-heartedly that you believe he's a franchise quarterback, Dustin?
Yes, I can, because I believe he is.
That's fair.
He's taking a step.
Okay.
But my whole thing
Time out. Before you go any further, I want that entire rant chopped up on a TikTok.
Yes.
And then I want to play the Larry David song. Once Justin Fields becomes a franchise quarterback.
Yes.
Because I think
that's fine.
he's on that path right now.
If it does happen, I will fully say I'm wrong. But please, Dustin, please.
What?
You were saying something. I want to give you the chance.
Oh, okay. No. Okay. So my whole thing. Oh, I'm getting called. My whole thing. The reason why I felt strongly about my opinion is, even if you look statistically of what happened in that game, Justin Fields was the only offense they had. The only. Mm-hmm. Name something else that was going well for him. Nothing. He's going up against elite defense when it comes to the Cowboys, right? He was the only one keeping them in the game. If we're just going to I'm just singling out just this game right here. It was another step after he just came off a great game against the Patriots, which once again was another great step in the right direction. So I wouldn't necessarily go ahead and just write him off right now and say, like, this isn't our guy when you're seeing progression. Not only that, you have to be patient. And we said that last week as well, too, is that people just write quarterbacks off left and right after a year or 2 years because they don't just jump and make that leap to the NFL, which is completely different than college. It's faster. There's different schemes. We can go on and on. That's my point. And the reason why I went at you is because you're wrong.
I'll have to say that, Jesus. All right, let's move on. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops. I think I side kind of on Dustin's side on this one. I think it remains to be seen that he's
all I ask is that everybody take out, and I'm not saying you guys per se, but I say to anybody who is looking at Justin Fields on the development side, you have to take away the fandom. Because I understand Bears fans want him to be good, but you have to really look at him from the complete objective side of being neutral and saying, is he good? And right now, I can't say he's been good. I can't say that. I say he's been average.
I can. I'd say the last 2 weeks he's been good, and you said that you haven't seen him take over a game. Then that means that you did not watch the Bears-Patriots game because he took that game over.
Yep.
Well, I wouldn't even say he took over that game because once you swap out one quarterback for the other, I mean, that's going to change everything up. So I think that was more attributed to the fact that Bill doesn't know what quarterback he wants to go with rather than the Bears taking over. And the run game really established a lot of that as well.
So So Justin Fields going up against that defense and beating them was all just because Bill switched out his quarterbacks, right? So
I would say that played a big part into it.
Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting because their offense versus our offense, I would say Justin was like run design plays were phenomenal. They did it again this week as well too. They're going to, I mean, obviously they're going to have to add wrinkles because people are going to tee off against Fields. My whole point is this, is that we knew coming into this year that the Bears weren't going to be great. They were going to be bad, real bad, and they're going to be competitive. And all we ask is to see Justin Fields take a step forward. He's taking a step forward in the scheme. It's working, and now they just need to upgrade their line and their wide receiver. And I get your point. I get your point that, like, yes, I bleed blue and orange, and finally we got a quarterback that isn't a Trubisky or isn't just straight garbage, right? We actually have someone who's talented, and I get excited about him just because of the simple fact that if you look at Jalen Hurts, everyone was going off and saying that he was trash and this and that, and now he's having probably one of the best years in his professional in the NFL, right? You look at, I mean, people, I think this was a stretch, but people were saying Lamar Jackson and Justin Fields have very similar games. And I was like, that's kind of a stretch. But that's all I'm saying.
I will say Jalen Hurts is a good comp.
Yeah.
I also heard Dak Prescott.
Yep.
And I think even saying Jimmy Garoppolo with legs is not a bad thing because that's a field general. And I think that's a fun, and I don't see that as a disrespect, but people will play it that way because of the fact that they're going to hear those names and they think mediocrity. It doesn't mean it's the end of the world.
Bro, you look like you want to kill him, bro. That smile says it all. Jesus.
Gimli's back.
Gimli is back. Welcome, Double D.
What's up, Double D?
To the shit show.
He came back, huh?
Listen,
Here
my
we go.
man is completely and 100% a fool for putting that out on Twitter. And I'm the first one to say this. He's allowed to have his opinion. His opinion's completely wrong, but he's allowed to have his opinion.
Yeah.
I've said from the get-go that if Justin Fields progresses the way that he should, he has all the tools to be Patrick Mahomes-esque. And you see it here and there.
Oh, yeah, his little side.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Side throws.
His side throws are sometimes better than his actual throwing motion, which is a little disconcerting, but that's neither here nor there. Andrew's allowed to have his opinion. I see where he's coming from, but you can't make decisions on things like this when the man has no weapons whatsoever.
Well, luckily for us, the Bears got him one weapon. And his name is Chase Claypool, and I cannot wait to see what happens when he acclimates himself to the team. He probably won't play this week, so don't start him this week. He probably won't be acclimated for a few weeks. He'll probably play he'll have game script, probably like 10, 15 plays. Who knows?
Don't get too excited about that trade.
Oh,
Here we go.
I'm very excited about that trade.
Do not get excited about that trade, JC. Chase Claypool, there's a reason Pittsburgh shipped him out. There's a reason Pittsburgh shipped out Antonio Brown. There's a reason they did not re-sign Le'Veon Bell. Pittsburgh is one of the best organizations in the NFL when it comes to evaluating talent.
Yeah.
Why did they want to get rid of him then if he's so great?
So there was a lot of rumors, and I don't like to speculate, but the word out there was that he had some maturity issues, and he needed to work on channeling his emotions better. And that was like a thing that he wasn't doing very well when he was playing with the Steelers. Plus, they're loaded at wide receiver. That's why they could make this trade.
That was going to be my comeback to that is they have so many mouths to feed.
Yeah,
and
they have
it's
Deontay
ridiculous.
Johnson. They have George Pickens now, who the Bears probably should have drafted in the second round. But
we were hoping.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not mad at what they did end up doing. But to put a bow on that conversation,
which was awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
I love the passion, love the fire, Andrew.
Same here. I'll leave that between you two.
I had fun with it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep following you on Twitter.
I stand by my statement. If he becomes an elite quarterback, I will wear his jersey every Sunday.
Whoa!
I will wear his jersey in every color, blue, white. I hate those orange ones, but I will wear an
orange jersey.
You're wearing an orange jersey.
So I will wear the orange jersey. Orange don't look good on me. I look like a giant,
you'll be fine.
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
I will do it. I will do it if I'm wrong, and I will say that I'm wrong.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Jumping over to the news, continuing, Chase Edmonds was traded to Denver from Miami. From a fantasy football perspective, it'll be interesting to see how they use him. I think he'll get a lot of the passing down work, considering that's kind of what he specializes in. And he'll get some running opportunities. He really will. That's kind of just a jumble of running backs there between, Melvin Gordon, Latavius Murray, Chase Edmonds. You name it, they have that running back. It's kind of a mess. I still don't really want anyone in that backfield.
No.
But again, maybe they have an idea of how they want to use Chase Edmonds. I do know that Russell Wilson loves dumping the ball off to the running back, so maybe they'll find a way to use him, and maybe some 2 running back sets, kind of like the Bears do. These days. Would be interesting. Interesting. This one was a shocker to me, and it was one that I was very interested in the Bears trying to jump into.
Shocked they didn't.
Yeah, Calvin Ridley was traded to the Jaguars for a 4th-round pick. Calvin Ridley hasn't played all year. He got suspended for the year, and we were very passionate about why he was suspended. He was actually out for a game, and he bet, I believe it was a sum of $20. Something to that effect, or $200. It wasn't even a whole lot of money, and he got suspended for the whole year for that. So,
by the way, what team was Atlanta playing when he made that bet?
The Jags.
Oh,
yeah. And now the Jags traded for him. Let's call it what it is. Calvin Ridley is probably the best receiver that was traded today.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's more talented than Chase Claypool. I would have loved for the Bears to try to land him for a 4th-round pick. To be able to keep the 2 second-rounders that they have. I wish they could have done it. But there were rumors, and I think Andrew was the first to report it here, that the Packers were interested in Chase Claypool, and the Bears kind of swooped in last minute to kind of snipe them away. But
I think he had something to add as well. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I think that was a great move by the Jaguars because I don't want David running in here because I know he's a Falcons fan, and I don't want him to because I know he's going to have some words to say. He says that he's not going to play football again, and I think it's very entirely possible because he's kind of at a weird mental state, I guess, right now is kind of the big thing, why he's been sitting out, really. Obviously, the suspension now. But beforehand, he was because he was just not in the right mental mind. I think this move could be good for him. Go to Jacksonville, new place, young quarterback.
Start fresh.
Very talented, I think, coach in Doug Peterson. This Jaguars team, they don't look good right now, but there's signs that they could take off. And this could be it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Yeah, last year we were reporting that all the time, that Calvin Ridley literally just sat out or went to go visit his grandma or something like that. And maybe that was a joke. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think this is one of the best wide receivers that got traded today. And yeah, I'm sad the Bears didn't go for him, but who knows? We didn't know what the conversation was. Maybe the Bears did actually put in for him, and Atlanta just wanted more than what we were willing to give up.
Sure. Sure. We'll jump over to San Francisco, where they shipped off Jeff Wilson Jr. to Miami for a 5th-round pick. From a fantasy perspective, DL, do you think that that's going to, really go into Raheem Mostert's touches a lot, or do you think he's kind of just a backup in case he gets hurt?
I think he's a backup, and I think it's just more or less of giving Mostert a time off the field or little breaks, because they're going to be. But it's funny though, because literally this is what the 49ers going to Miami, it's basically the B squad going over to Miami.
Yeah.
But I don't think I was going to say most of the players that were traded today, this is a warning to some of you guys, pick them up, but don't start them right away because they all have to get acclimated to their respective systems, and they're not going to come out, just crushing it. Although CMC did.
Yeah, CMC did. He's a superstar though. It's
I was nuts.
I started him and I still lost. So
really?
Yeah, man. It's been that kind of year for some of my teams. Yeah, it's been brutal. We jump over to the Indianapolis Colts. Nahim Hines was traded to the Buffalo Bills. And the Bills did give up Zach Moss and a 6th-round pick that could turn into a 5th-round pick. Contingent on some different things that Nahim Hines could do. I really like this trade for Nahim Hines, and Nahim Hines. I guess teams that have him. It's gonna be
it's gonna
he's
getting off your bench.
I mean, here's the interesting thing: they already have a running back that's exactly like Nahim Hines, and his name is Devin Singletary. So you have the same guy a second time. But from a fantasy perspective, Nahim Hines is a little bit bigger than 5'8", Devin Singletary, and. Yeah, I mean, he could catch the ball out of the backfield. They don't really run as much. Their running is Josh Allen. That's like their
pretty
form
much.
of running and passing the ball. So, but from a fantasy perspective, in a PPR league, I do like this for Nahim Hines value for sure.
PPR for sure.
For sure. If you want to take the next one.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that Kareem Hunt is staying in Cleveland, which really makes me sad because he's on my team, and I was hoping and praying that he got traded. He wanted to be traded. I mean, I saw him play last night, so I was kind of like, I don't think they're going to trade him. I mean, Cleveland wanted a 4th-round pick, but there was just no takers, so sucks. And then last but not least, no one got Brandon Cooks.
Nope, he was available. People
thought the Bears were going to get him too.
Yeah, there were talks that they were looking to try to acquire a 4th-round pick for Brandon Cooks, and nobody took that. No one pounced on that offer. I do want to ask, it's time for a grade the trade.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to add, just kind of minor stuff. I know we could have mentioned it. Bradley Chubb. I just wanted to show this to everybody. This is the Bradley Chubb deal that happened. He is going to the Miami Dolphins.
Ooh.
They give up their 1st-round pick to San Francisco, so they no longer have any 1st-round picks in Miami, I believe, at this point. They're done with 1st-round picks. Chase Edmonds, of course, was acquired in that deal as well, and then they get a 5th-round draft pick back in 2 years. So that's the deal per Adam Scheffler. So... And on top of that, too, Alvin Kamara was also not traded. Obviously, there was a lot of talk that he could be moved. Buffalo apparently did not offer enough. And then the Eagles also, they wanted back their 1st-round pick from the Eagles, but the Eagles said, no, we're keeping that. So I would say smart move by the Eagles and the Bills.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Can we just recap real quickly what Miami has done in one season? They traded a 1st-round pick to get Jalen Waddle. They traded the 1st-round pick for Tyreek Hill, and now a 1st-round pick for Bradley Chubb. How did they acquire these picks? This is in the Trey Lance move, when they moved back so that the 49ers can move up to acquire Trey Lance. Incredible move by them, honestly. That's
smart.
That's just amazing, everything that they've done. DL, let's jump over to a grade the trade. I do have a question for you before we get this show rocking. Okay. In one of my leagues, we just pulled off a deal. We did not have a starting quarterback. We had Matt Stafford and Taylor Heineke. That's all we have. It's a very deep league, okay?
Gotcha.
The recent move that was just completed was Team A gave up Gus Edwards and Damian Harris. Team B gave up Rex Burkhead and Tua Tagovailoa.
Ooh.
What do you think?
Like, who got the better one?
Yeah, Gus and Damian Harris for Tua and Rex Burkhead.
Whoever's getting Tua.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that was the smart one because, like, honestly, Rex Burkhead is.
I mean, whatever.
It's
So let me give you the backstory. We tried to acquire. I mean, we didn't try to
Gus
acquire
isn't going to be
Rex.
around for a while.
Yeah,
either.
Gus is going to have some value for a little bit, but who knows for how much longer? And then Damian Harris, he's the 2nd head of a 2-headed like monster. So,
yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I really like that trade for us. Pretty happy with the way it turned out. So.
You want to grade one of my trades?
Yeah, let's
I think
go
you
for
already
it.
know because I was texting you before
Sure.
it happened. So before Thursday night football started, I was trying to get rid of Gus Edwards because I was like, you know what? He's only going to be around for like 4 weeks, and then I'm going to be stuck with him. So put him out there. I tried trading Gus Edwards for Hopkins.
Oh.
That was rejected. But they came back around with Amon-Ra St. Brown for Gus Edwards.
The sun god.
What do you think?
Whoever's getting Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That would have been me.
And now TJ Hawkinson has been moved, which we forgot to mention. TJ Hawkinson got traded to the Vikings because Irv Smith was placed on the IR indefinitely, I was informed. But because of that, I feel like Amon-Ra St. Brown is in position to eat.
Yes.
Like now that those targets that TJ Hawkinson was receiving are going to be gone, it is going to be the Sun God season. So change your team name to Sun God season.
The Sun God.
Yeah,
it's the Mondays right now.
Yeah,
but I like that better.
There you go. I mean, it is Tuesday, so.
And keep this in mind too, guys, because I think the Detroit Lions are trying to go vertical now. Jameson Williams, their draft pick from this year.
That's right.
Yep.
He's reportedly not back, but he's back in pads practicing with the offense. They get him and Amon-Ra St. Brown on the field at the same time. I mean,
good
Jared
for fantasy.
Goff may be going off.
Yeah, but I mean, the problem with Detroit is their defense, bro. Like their defense,
that's god awful.
Like,
outside of Aiden Hutchinson, they have nothing.
It's real bad. Yeah, and I mean, you can only you're going to score a lot of points, but you're not going to win a lot of games.
Yeah.
At least on the offensive side, for those 3 guys, I'd be keeping an eye out. In the deep leagues, Jameson Williams, if you got him, get ready to use him at some point.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Now
here's a question, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick.
Sure.
Would you start Hawkinson in his first game as a Viking?
No.
Yeah, I agree. Do not start him. Once again, you want to give it at least a week before you kind of fire up.
It's a tough call because he's a good tight end, but
He is.
just are you doubling up on Justin Jefferson and then Adam Thielen's coming open? Like that's the question. Like, how does that offense now work with him in that game?
He needs to. The thing about switching teams is it's the similar plays that they're running, right? But it's like learning a whole new language.
It is.
Because everything's
It's a whole
called
other quarterback.
differently. And, it's like, okay, what do they actually – and you have to – it's not easy for a player just to simply go onto a new play or a new team and get plugged in, right? You saw what happened with CMC, not this week, but the week before. He was like –
He only got a few plays. Yeah.
irrelevant.
Handful of plays.
Right?
Yeah.
So –
yeah, I'd probably a week away from being a week away.
yeah.
So
even if he does well this week, great.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks he didn't start him, but hey, I'd rather be cautious than crazy.
Yeah, and the guy who asked does have George Kittle as well, so he'll be fine. I know who's asking.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
but what I will say is if you have Hockenson as your primary tight end and you don't have another one, we will recommend to you another tight end that you can add later in the show.
Yes.
So keep that in mind. Speaking of later in the show, I think it's time to jump into some injuries.
Okay.
Let's go. Welcome back. It is time to jump into those injuries. Our resident doctor has arrived. He did just fly in a helicopter, mind you. So he was here local. I heard he was out partying last night for Halloween, and here he is now. Welcome, doctor.
Hello, John Carlo.
How's it going? Full government name again.
Yeah, always. I'm very professional. I tell it how it is.
Okay.
I was actually hanging out with Kanye last night. Things got crazy.
Wow, Kanye. He's in a lot of hot water, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hang out with him, Doc.
Yeah.
Huh?
I wouldn't hang out with Kanye right now, Doc.
He's my friend.
Oh, look at that. Loyal.
He's also in our fantasy league as well.
Yeah, that's right.
With the other doctors. And
Yeah.
cool people.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I bet I know the players he doesn't have on his roster.
Go ahead.
I'm sure.
No, I'm not saying it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Doc, I know your time is limited. Let's go ahead and jump right into this past week's injuries. What do you got for us in Baltimore?
Gus Edwards is dealing with a minor hamstring, and he's actually questionable for week 9. He could actually be out to 1 to 3 weeks.
Hold on, a hamstring injury or his hamstring is minor?
A minor hamstring injury.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to clarify, Doc. Sorry, your notes are scribbled up here, so I can't really tell.
Well, it's funny how I got it right. So why don't you just leave my notes to me?
Okay, Doc. Okay.
So how about that?
All right.
Stay in your lane.
All right.
Which is really great because if someone traded Gus Edwards to another team, I think you won that trade. I overheard someone got the Sun God, so good move.
Oh, fantastic.
All right.
Doc, let's go over to Green Bay up north. I know you're not the biggest fan of the town, but you have news on Christian Watson.
I sure do. Christian Watson was ruled out in the first half of Sunday night's game with a concussion. We know, I think I talk about concussions all the time on this show. I should probably write a book. But something to monitor, as I mentioned last week, some people bounce or do really well with dealing with concussions and they're back right in. Some not so much. So he's questionable, maybe out 1 to 2 weeks.
Doc, I did get information from one of our viewers that they're going to cancel the show because you're friends with Kanye. So
Why? Why would I don't understand what's going on.
Are you his doctor?
I am.
And his mental health doctor too?
Well, I mean,
all right. We don't got to get into that. Let's go to LA, Doc. What's going on for the Rams and Cooper Kupp?
This was crazy. Cooper Kupp injured his ankle on a 6-yard catch against the 49ers. But honestly, like he dodged the bullet, right?
Okay.
So he's questionable 1 to 3 weeks with his ankle, but it could have been a lot worse. He may have had to have surgery. So he's not going to need surgery, but yeah, I'd be cautious this week for sure.
It's kind of crazy, Doc. They had him in the game in the last minute. They were up 31-14.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that? I know you know Sean McVay personally.
I do.
What did he say about that?
He said that he was kicking himself for not just doing a run play because why not just run out the clock?
Is that what he told you, the text exchange?
Yeah.
You guys had on the phone?
No, it was more of a Skype. It was a Zoom call, if you will. I don't know if you guys know what Zoom is, but anyways, yeah, he was like, Doc, what? I can't believe I did it. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
You could have hurt the whole team in his career. Don't do that again. He said, okay.
Okay, well, you know what's not okay? Wide receiver Devontae Parker in New England, Doc. What's going on there?
He suffered a knee injury and was ruled out for the rest of the game versus the Jets.
So do we think he's going to play this week? Probably not.
With knee injuries, you never know. So once again, these are things to monitor because he could be out once again to 1 to 3 weeks.
Interesting.
It's like all these players are always out to 1 to 3 weeks.
Interesting.
Just keep it safe that way.
Yeah. Let's jump over to one of my favorite cities in America, New Orleans. What's going on with Saints running back Mark
Your
Ingram?
favorite?
Yeah, I went there for Halloween 3 years ago. It was fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a blast. They have really good food there, Doc.
They do. I've been there. I've been there many, many times.
Yeah.
Many
You're
Mardi
so
Gras.
well traveled, Doc. It's insane.
I am.
Was it for Michael Thomas? Is that why you were in New Orleans?
No, it's for Mardi Gras.
Doc.
I got a lot
I
of
figured
beads.
Michael Thomas because that seems to need a lot of doctors' attentions.
Yeah, he does need a lot. He's got his own personal doctor. I don't think it's you.
Okay, so running back Mark Ingram suffered a knee injury and was ruled out against Vegas, which is probably why Kamara had such a great game too. He got all the touches basically. So something to monitor. I don't think
you like getting all the touches?
I get lots of touches.
Okay, Doc. All right. Well, Doc, I know you got to get going. We appreciate you. Do you have anything else for us before on your way out? Anything else for us?
Just say no. To drugs. Just say no.
Okay. Thanks, Doc.
And don't eat yellow snow.
We appreciate you, Doc, as always. Where are you headed off to? Aruba again?
Just kidding.
Whoa.
No. I'm going to Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice. I'm not the biggest fan of Memphis. There really isn't anything there. Beale Street is the only street where it's pretty cool.
Sun Studios? Have you ever heard of Johnny Cash?
I know Johnny
Cash. Elvis Presley?
That's fine. Memphis is kind of whack. And their barbecue is overrated. So.
Wow.
Yeah, St. Louis barbecue is better.
Oh.
Not gonna lie. But I did like the Grizzlies Stadium. It's pretty cool.
I don't know what to say.
All right, Doc, get out of here.
Will, thank you.
Now time to start talking about those waivers, the reason why you're watching, the reason why you're listening. We're going to tell you who to add, who to drop, what's going on, who's on a bye, because there are a ton of players. And let's go ahead and get started with running backs. I think DL is on the way back. Welcome back, DL. We got a bunch of running backs that are out this week. You want to remind the people at home?
Yes, Nick Chubb will be out along with Kareem Hunt, Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, Melvin Gordon, Latavius Murray, Saquon Barkley, Najee Harris, Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, that was not bad. I mean,
close. I was starting to burn.
Najee.
I could feel it.
Yeah,
I was burning.
I shouldn't have given you that, but I didn't mean to.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
I really did not. I thought those were easy, but it's Najee that gets you every single time. But yeah, there are a ton of running backs that are out this week. So let's let you know who to pick up to help in case you're missing some of these. The first running back we're going to recommend is Isaiah Pacheco. He is 34% rostered. He's not their go-to back. Their primary back is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. But it's starting to seem as though Pacheco is eating into those carries more and more every week.
Yeah, I tried trading him in a deeper league for him.
Trading Pacheco away, or
no, trying to get him.
Okay,
trying to get him.
That's a pretty savvy move.
I even gave up because I have 3 quarterbacks in my roster. I need to get rid of them, but I just don't want to drop them. I have Geno, Jalen Hurts, and Watson. Deshaun Watson.
Okay. You can't put him like in an IR slot, right? You have to actually.
Exactly.
Dang.
So I was trying to give up Geno for this guy, and
the guy said no. Interesting.
Guy said no.
Interesting.
Straight up, just hit decline.
I mean, it is what it is, but I do think this is a really good player to stash. I don't know if I'm starting him this week. He has a little bit of flex appeal, especially in a PPR league where he does catch some balls. What I would say is he will probably be a lot more valuable as the season progresses.
Yep.
And then what I also will say is if for any reason CEH were to get hurt, it's going to be his show.
Oh, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's going to take it over.
Yeah,
no
he would
problem.
absolutely take it over. So Isaiah Pacheco, an interesting name. If he's out there in a league and you have some end of the bench guys that you're kind of not into, not in love with, just go ahead and pick him up, roster him, stash him, mustache him, right? All right, let's jump over to another running back, Kenyon Drake. He's 18% rostered. DL, what do you got about him?
I mean, he's just a running back for the Ravens, and they're going to go with whoever's healthiest. And right now, that would be Kenyon Drake.
I like it. That's 100% true. That is a mess of a backfield.
It
I
is.
want nothing to do with it.
I'm glad. I was excited for Gus the Bus because he got me that one good game, and I'm glad he's gone.
Yeah, you trade for the proven commodity if you can.
Yep.
So and that's what you did. So that's why it was a good trade for you. But Kenyon Drake's 18% rostered. He could help you this week. It sounds like he's probably going to get the start. So
Yeah, absolutely. Because, Gus Edwards is, as the doc says, dealing with that hammy. And he didn't look too great on Thursday night. I got to say, he wasn't as explosive as he was the Sunday previous. So,
all right.
with it.
The next running back we're going to recommend doesn't actually play this week. That is Latavius Murray.
Yep.
If he's out there and available, scoop him up. He just seems to be the back that gets the most touches, and he seems to be the most effective running back. Yeah, it is weird.
It's weird.
I just feel like he's been in the league for like 15 years.
Yeah.
But he's like
Still got it.
29, so he hasn't been
Good
in
for
it
him.
too long. Pick up
Andrew.
Latavius if you can.
Well, just keep in mind that now that Chase Edwards is in Denver, this now becomes another complicated backfield. Because now Chase Edmonds, Latavius Murray, Melvin Gordon.
So we need you to cut that piece up because you just jacked up his name and called him Chase Edwards twice. So
Yes, finally, not me.
You're
I
part
got
of it.
one.
Yep.
I got one.
So just mark it. What
Out of
are we
how
at?
many are you?
Yeah.
How many between the two of you?
Tons. There's so many.
Yeah.
So many.
But I have to talk every week and say these names.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to do it.
Yeah, but I agree with you there, though. That's a
Yeah.
good point. That is a good point. So
It
we'll probably
is.
have some appeal for now until Chase Edmonds.
Maybe you can
starts.
sell high on them.
Yeah, maybe you could.
Maybe.
you could. The next guy is somebody who I think he's a nice stash play. Kyron Williams is 14% rostered. He's expected to play a major role in the Rams offense once he returns from his ankle injury. Stash him.
I would grab this man.
Yeah.
Honestly, people forgot about him, but he was having a really, really great camp before he got injured.
It was.
And if you look at their back, this guy could take it over. Seriously.
Yeah.
So if he's out there, you're in a deep league, this is your boy.
He might be the most talented back they have in that backfield. It's interesting that the Rams didn't try to trade for a running back. Maybe they tried, but they didn't net one.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say they didn't. I heard all these rumors about David Montgomery for
Yep.
Cam Akers stuff. And honestly, I would say if you're a Bears fan, I wouldn't want Cam Akers just because I think there's something more going on with that guy than what's being let on. If he's this upset about where his role is on the running back situation, it's not changing in Chicago.
Yeah,
Not even a bit.
That's a toxic. It turns the locker room toxic.
Yeah,
for
there's
sure.
a lot of running backs that they could have traded for. Kareem Hunt as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the third string running back for the Browns? I thought he was good. Dearness Johnson.
Dearness Johnson.
You could have traded for him. It couldn't have cost you more than like a 6th-round pick. Something like that.
Why wouldn't you just take whatever you could get for Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be on the team. He demanded a trade. You have Dearness, and Nick Chubb is having a hell of a year.
It might be the best running back in football.
Honestly. Seriously.
Yeah. All right, let's jump off running back and towards wide receiver. Let's remind you who is on a bye. I got this one for you. Don't worry.
you.
Amari Cooper, Donovan Peoples-Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Wan'Dale Robinson,
That's a hard one.
Deontay Johnson, George Pickens, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk are all on a bye. DL, the first wide receiver we're recommending, Kadarius Tony at 50% rostered. What do we got to say about Kadarius Tony?
That it's just crazy that he goes to Kansas City and all of a sudden he's healthy. So it kind of goes into the whole thing that there's something going on in New York where he just wasn't gelling. I actually saw this last week. I got really excited about it. I stashed him on my bench because it's Kansas City. They have a high elite offense, right? Now, once again, got to see what his role is going to be because it's very particular. Their offense is particular, but his rookie year, he looked amazing. So this is a huge upgrade for you, the manager of Kadarius Tony.
I like it. We jump over to another player we're recommending. We're recommending Ronde Moore, DL.
Yeah, Ronde Moore is your average guy, right? He is averaging about 12.9 fantasy points on the last 4 games. And he had a 92-yard performance last week with a 38-yard touchdown late in the game. So that's pretty awesome. With the loss of Marquise Brown and the return of Hopkins, Moore might have found an ideal role as a high targetable, often in space wide receiver 2 for Arizona.
Ooh, nice. Not pictured is Romeo Dubs. We don't know. But
Doobies.
Romeo Doobies for the Green Bay Packers. He's 47% rostered. We would recommend adding him wherever you can. He's probably the best wide receiver add this week.
We didn't add him on. Oh, that's because I hate.
Yeah, you hate the Packers. It's totally okay. In games where Dubs has been targeted 7+ times, he's averaged 14.3 fantasy points. And Detroit's defense allows the 6th most passing yards per game. So Romeo Dubes.
Okay, we're going to kick it over to Andrew because he has some insight.
I just want to go back to the Kadarius Tony thing.
Oh, okay.
It just popped in my head. I just want to say, I don't know how much playing time he's going to get this year.
Yeah.
But consider this. This is a play for next year, right? Because Juju Smith-Schuster's got 1 year, right? I believe they have one more other wide receiver. I think that's on another 1-year deal. This is a cheap rookie first-round pick deal that you get for 4 years with a 5th-year option.
Yeah, and he can just sit out the rest of the year.
It's guaranteed on the 5th-year option now because he traded to another team. So you get a cheap rookie wide receiver that you can plug in now for next year. I don't know how much this impacts this year.
Yep.
But this absolutely gives them
another wrinkle.
Light version of Tyreek Hill potentially at his best.
Yes.
Seriously.
Like super fast. You just got to get him some targets.
Yeah, he's definitely a jitterbug. He's hard to tackle. Like, honestly, he's just like, left to right. Like, his lateral quickness is elite. He's super talented. I do like that take, Andrew, very much.
The only thing I got to say, though, is that he is injury prone.
He is injury prone.
Even last year, before all this hubbub came, he was in and out of that lineup of the rookie year. So that would be my only caution.
Yeah.
But, hey, I mean, I think you're absolutely right, Andrew. He has literally, like, a whole half of a year to get to know the playbook and things like that, and he's going to come out swinging for sure.
All right, we jump over to the last receiver we recommend adding, Josh Palmer. He's 3% roster. DL, what's going on with Josh Palmer?
I added him for sure. With Keenan Allen and Mike Williams banged up, he is the next guy out, basically. Palmer had 13 points in 3 games this season. That's
not bad.
Decent, right? Hey, it could probably help you win. If you want to be a part of a big offense scoring team, he's your guy.
Nice.
But I will caution, he may be boom or bust, but he may be boom for you this week.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is you recommend him because he's the only mouth left to feed there.
Yep.
And we know in fantasy, opportunity is king, and he will have plenty of it this week.
You know, it was funny because I was doing my stuff that does this week. I'm like, I'm going to go with Keenan Allen. And I looked him up and was like, okay, he can't. He's injured, man. Like, that's lame. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. All right, we jump over to tight end. We did tease earlier what to do if you had a tight end that might not play or was recently traded. Let's remind the people at home who is currently on a bye. The first tight end on a bye is David Njoku, Harrison Bryant, Dalton Schultz, Greg Dulcich, Pat Freiermuth, and George Kittle. You're welcome, by the way. That one you would have struggled mightily.
Yeah.
The first tight end that we're recommending, DL, we're an Evan Ingram show. What do you got about Evan Ingram?
He's 43% roster over the last 2 games. Ingram has collected 13 targets and has double-digit points in both as well. The Raiders allow the 3rd most fantasy points to tight end, so Adam now.
Yes, before he's going to get to 50% next week. There's no way.
Absolutely.
He's slowly climbing. I remember when he was like at 13%, then 25%, then 34%, and now we're at 43%. People are starting to listen. So
just don't leave him on your bench like some idiots do when they could have had those points.
Yeah. We're an Evan Ingram show, and
he's on the roster, and I dropped Darren Waller. I'm just letting y'all know that.
Wow. How the mighty have fallen.
I wouldn't have. I didn't want to do it, but nobody wants him.
You're not gonna. No one's gonna trade for him.
No, so I'm just done. But Evan Ingram, this guy's probably gonna be a top 10 tight end.
Oh, absolutely. And I think JC was mentioning that like 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah, dude, I remember mentioning him at the beginning of the season. I'm an Evan Ingram
think you're right. He's on the road right now. He's one of his best targets right now in Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. All right, the next tight end we're going to recommend is Isaiah Likely. He is 2% rostered. This is a speculative ad. What I'm trying to say by that is if Mark Andrews misses any time, it will be the Isaiah Likely show, and he will get a ton of looks just because of how much the Baltimore Ravens use the tight end, and they really feature the tight end in general. So Isaiah Likely would be a guy that would get a ton of work if Mark Andrews was to miss any time. So take a look at that, and if you can add him and you have the roster space, take a look. Especially in like a really deep, like a dynasty league, I do like Isaiah Likely a lot.
Or a 14 league, I'm in.
Yeah, not bad. It wouldn't be a bad move. DL, let's jump over to QB. I know you can't wait for this first one. What do you got in regards to Justin Fields?
I would say he's an absolute elite quarterback, fantasy-wise. So here we go. So he's 41% roster, so he's going to be hard to find, but we were watching Justin continue to be great. Most of Twitter agrees as well, except for Wombat 1. Last week, we went up against, or they went up, I shouldn't say we, I was watching, went up against elite defense, which is the Cowboys. And he threw for 151 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. He rushed for 60 yards and scored a rushing touchdown as well. So the Bears are going up against the Fins or the Dolphins. So once again, he is going to, it's going to be a struggle, but I think he's trying to make it happen. Justin Fields is one of those players that is a perfectionist, and he doesn't like to lose like most people, but I think this is somebody that you can stream, right? Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to do justice. I think this is a good one to stream in.
Yeah, I am with you on the Justin Fields call. I do think he's going to be a routinely 20-point per week quarterback. He just seems to get it, and the Bears kind of know how to use him finally. So we're pretty excited about Justin Fields fantasy-wise. The next guy we're going to recommend is Marcus Mariota. He is 35% rostered. Mariota is riding a streak of 40-yard rushing games. So 4 straight games with 40-yard rushing. So you're getting points from the rushing. You're getting points from the passing. He did have a season-high 253 yards last week, and he threw for 3 scores in the air last Sunday. You can't rely on him to be your every-week quarterback, but in a pickle, if you needed somebody during a bye week, he's somebody that I would take a look at, especially when he plays against a poor defense.
Yeah, he's definitely not match-proof, right? But, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Aren't the Falcons, beating their division right now? Am I correct on that?
They are 4-4 on top of their division.
Where's the crazy
Yes, we're saying
Irishman?
that for you, David.
Yeah, Dave, that was for you.
Just admit the power, man. And if you want them to be bad, start Desmond Ridder because you say he sucks.
Ooh, you're going to see somebody coming out.
And if that's the case, then why don't they start him and just lose if they want a better quarterback?
I mean, you make a good point.
He's not
wrong. He's not wrong.
And I got to say, I didn't add this, so sorry, Andrew. You're not going to have this graphic, but I had a brain fart and didn't put Taylor Heineke.
That is right. We are a Taylor Heineke house here.
On someone to target. He's only 7%.
I knew I should have deleted that graphic. I'm like, it's not on here, but I'm like, do I delete this? And no,
are they moving on from him?
I'm just him and Evan Ingram. I'm just leaving up on the waiver wire from here on in.
So, yeah, I mean,
Let's play against the Vikings, Taylor Heineke does.
Yes,
so
he does.
He will have some fantasy relevancy this week. The Vikings are a solid team, the best team in the North right now. But because they have to put up points, the Commanders do, I could see Taylor Heineke having another solid week.
I mean, even last week, he was 23 for 31 for 279 yards, a touchdown. He did have an interception. That's all right. It happens. But, they won. They won against the Colts, adding 6 rushing. He did rush for 629 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
Wait, am I reading that right?
I don't know what you said, but yes,
adding 6 rushes. Okay, so adding 6 rushes for 29 yards and a touchdown.
Interesting.
That was a late night with Halloween. But yes, I want to see this number grow, and I can't wait until.
Hey, how was Halloween? We totally skipped it. How was your Halloween?
You got it, by the way,
awesome.
Dustin.
Yeah?
You had it.
Yeah.
You were good.
You did have it. You
You need help.
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun? I think you guys carved some pumpkins. I saw that.
Dude, okay.
They look
Actually,
pretty dope.
Let's go ahead and take a breather here. We got one of those books with the tools that you carve pumpkins with and things of that nature. Let me tell you something. I got carpal tunnels. I spent 3 hours, boys. 3 hours carving.
And girls. I think there's one girl watching, and girls.
And girls.
Yep.
Sorry. 3 hours carving pumpkins.
Dude.
My wrist locked up, bro.
Dude.
I was intense.
That
because-
old age, my guy.
No, it's not
coming
just
in.
that, bro. It's also the simple fact that, man, like, yeah, I wanted to do well for my daughters. I'm trying to pull up the picture. Andrew, are we Instagram fans? No? Okay.
We might be. I don't know. Are we?
Anyways, yeah, we'll throw it up. We'll throw it up on Twitter. You guys can check it
Yeah.
out. Tell me what you thought. But yeah, man, 3 hours. Because guess what? A 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, after a while, they give up. Like, my 2-year-old literally was like, I'm going to go watch a movie, Dad. I was like, oh, man.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, 3 hours. We went trick-or-treating. My girls one was Batgirl, one was Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was Captain America. So
Ooh, I like it. All
was nice.
superheroes?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm jealous.
My wife dressed up as fantasy football.
How?
She just put a jersey on
Oh, okay, cool.
and it had a wand. So.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I
right?
do like that.
Right?
Yeah, creative. I do love
So
those
it was
things.
awesome. It's just cool to relive. Like, literally, that's the best part about being a dad is, like, just reliving your childhood and be like, that's awesome.
Oh, dude.
And
that's
they were
fucking
saying
dope.
trick or treat and it was great.
That's
It was
really cool.
awesome.
It's really cool. What time did you guys trick or treat at? Like, what time does it cut off? I remember trick or treating really late.
Yeah, right? Like,
Like-
I was talking to our friend because we went with our friends.
Yep.
They have they have a little boy and a little girl as well, too. It ends at 7.
What?
Yeah, 7 p.m.
I feel like I started at 7.
Yeah, right. When it gets
Yeah.
started. I remember when we were little, it was like we gotta wait till it gets dark and then we can go trick or treating.
Yeah.
No, it starts at 3 p.m.
Wow.
and goes till 7. And yeah, I remember I was talking to my friend. I was like, I remember like going until like 10 or 11 at
Yeah,
night
dude.
and having a pillowcase
Let me ask.
full of
What was
candy.
the worst thing that your little ones got? Did anyone give out like pennies or nickels or?
No, you know what it is because of COVID.
Yeah.
I think people like upped it this year. They were getting like full size candy bars. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that were giving out full-size candy bars like in my neighborhood.
Wow.
My neighborhood is like full of people that do not like celebrate Halloween hardcore. Like at all.
Ballers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We had a couple of those like don't knock. We knocked it.
Oh, damn.
We knocked it.
How you gonna? Don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be a jerk. Don't be a
Yeah.
jerk.
That's
But
whack.
yeah, I saw a lot of people just having the candy bowl outside too, which
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this must be a good neighborhood if you trust everyone like that.
Yeah.
Because if it was me and I was little, I'm taking that bowl. No one gonna find out. But everyone has Ring cameras now.
Oh,
so.
dang. Dang. Yeah, my Halloween was pretty fun. I spent it with some friends. Was at Hot
Nice.
the Moon last night. Did a little bit of bar
Okay.
hopping. Didn't really drink too much because, dude, I have gone way too hard this weekend. Like, I feel like I'm
Same.
21 again. It's just bad. I went out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, man. It's just too much, man. It's just too much. I definitely need like a weekend off. So.
Also, cool note about being
Yeah.
a parent and going
Sure.
trick or treating. Had a thermos full of beer.
Heck, dude, I hear that they do that. Parents do that.
Awesome.
Oh man, jealous.
Zombie
Dude, I've
dust.
done that
pretty
before.
cool.
The whole cooler dragging
Yeah.
around with
Yup.
you. I did this with my cousins. Then they got all the candy of the world, and I got a little tipsy, and I got candy.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's the best part. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm kind of hungry. You're like, oh, I have all this candy. So
Sounds like a fantastic Halloween.
It
I'm
was
glad
great.
you guys had a good time. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we'll jump over to defense. It'll be the last waiver ads that we'll recommend. We'll start out with the Vikings. The Vikings have put together 2 double-digit points, consecutive games, and they play a mediocre Commanders team next week. So
I like it.
I like the Vikings this week.
I think Taylor's going to destroy them, but I like
Well,
it.
hopefully, we'll see. I mean, both things can be true. You can have Taylor Heineke play a good game, and then the Vikings still do well.
Exactly. That's
Definitely
true.
can
Yeah,
happen.
Good point.
All right, cool. We'll go over to the Chiefs as the last defense. Now, hear me out. I know they're not an elite defense, but if you're streaming them, here's where our angle comes in. They're coming off of a bye week, so they had plenty of time to prepare for the Titans, and the Titans are without a quarterback. So I don't know what they're going to do, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe their quarterback only threw 6 times last game. So
Yeah, the word is that actually
Malik
Malik
Willis.
Willis is taking first-team snaps now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the projection is Malik Willis could start. So if you're in dire quarterback desperation, I guess maybe Malik Willis might be a guy maybe to even look at. I don't know how well he's going to do, but we know he can run. So I would expect them to definitely be running the ball a lot.
Yep.
Isn't that the guy that like Dystra Double D is always like, oh, he's the best. They should draft him. Is
No,
that the
did he
guy?
like Malik Willis?
That,
Oh
that
yeah,
was
he
his boy.
loved
was, like,
he loved Malik
screaming about
Willis.
him.
And he's a good quarterback. He just got to, I think, get a shot, and they
Yeah.
got to get him weapons. Like Traylon Burks cannot be hurt if he wants to play well.
I love Traylon Burks.
Me too. I had a drop.
I do
on
too.
him, but
He just has to get healthy.
You know what's going on with Robert Woods? What the hell happened to Robert Woods?
You know, that whole receiver core is ranked like the 4th or 3rd worst receiving core in football.
Dude, they're god awful.
It's bad.
And I think a lot of it is just Ryan Tannehill's just not. He's not an elite passer, and when you don't have the elite passer, it hurts him.
Never was.
Dang, the fall.
I think the Rams needed to keep Robert Woods, and Allen Robinson
Seriously.
maybe should have gone to Tennessee.
Yep.
Dude, it sucks, man. That sucks. Robert Woods has been bad this year. I think he's ranked like 91st. It's bad. Well, you know what?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had some questions sent to me
Oh, directly.
over the weekend.
I love it.
I don't know how they got my number. Anyways.
Wow, this guy.
Okay, so first question. Kareem Hunt for the Browns. Would you guys start him each week? I'm realizing that Chubb is the main guy.
Good question. I think I would play it week to week. On weeks where they play a poor team, I think they get Chubb out of there kind of early, and they let Kareem kind of get some touches in like the 4th quarter, and that's when he makes his money, and that's when he eats. So I think it's matchup dependent. But if you have nothing better, then you can flex him. But just don't do it every week.
Yeah, it depends on matchups. Bye weeks, I've used them a couple times, but yeah, it's just not. It just stinks because he is so talented, but. I mean, so Chubb is obviously more talented, and like, what do you if you're the manager, like the actual manager of the Browns, you're not gonna like bench Chubb for Hunt. No way.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question was, what are your thoughts about Julio Jones moving forward? I had a feeling that on this past Thursday night, Tampa Bay was going to roll past Baltimore in a large part due to Julio. I was wrong on both. Would you keep Julio? Keep calling him Julio on your roster moving forward? I'm going to say no. Cut bait. It was worth a shot. We drafted him in our joint, just our joint league, because we thought like, oh, Tom Brady, like this is awesome, but he just isn't healthy, and he hasn't been for years. So I don't think he's got
It's unfortunate.
anything left in the tank. I just don't.
I think he's got stuff left in the tank. But the body just is giving up on him, and just the way it goes. He's a guaranteed surefire first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely,
That's for sure.
And, oh man,
but you can cut him.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, or maybe trade him.
I'm sure he'll have a week where he does something.
Yeah,
but
wait until he has a good week and then try to
let
trade
him have that week on the waiver wire, because there are other players we'd rather have. So.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the last question I received, and thank you guys so much for texting questions, emailing them, what have you. You can always hit us up at AskUsFFG, hashtag AskUsFFG, or you can email us at AskUsFFG.com. The last question: who would you guys start in a flex position moving forward? Not a PPR league. Would you look at the matchup, or is there one clear-cut guy? Hunt, Giants wide receiver Wandale, Eno Benjamin, or Julio Jones? Thanks.
So if James Conner doesn't play, give me Eno.
Yep.
That's for sure the way I'd go.
That.
If Conner does play, then that kind of pushes him down in the pecking order. I do like Wandale's ceiling in this question. Hunt probably has the safer floor between.
I was going to say
players.
Hunt's like the safest.
Yeah.
Yep.
It depends. If you need a Hail Mary throw, I think we go Wandale here.
Yep.
Like if you're projected, and don't listen to the projections as gospel, but hypothetically, if you're projected at like 95 and your opponent's projected like at 108, I go Wandale for the home runs.
Yep. You got to, because it honestly does happen. Like those projections, I think, obviously not this week, but the week before, I was like dead to rights.
Yeah.
Like it was like, there's no way. Like the projection was basically telling me there's no way you're gonna win, and I smoked them.
Dang.
So, haha, Ben, suck it. No, just kidding.
We did get a question that came in on YouTube. How likely is Mark Andrews to miss time? I did some quick research. I sent a quick text out to our resident doctor, and he responded.
Wow.
The doc came in and said, Ravens coach John Harbaugh said on Monday, to him specifically, that Andrews' injury is not a major thing, and added that he thinks he'll be okay. That doesn't necessarily give us a good idea as to when Andrews will play. But at the very least, he should be back in week 10. He might not play week 9, though. So it's up in the air. Just monitor the situation. As always, we've told you in the past, and we'll tell you again, the Sleeper app is a fantastic app to download. And then the Sleeper app will basically give you updates on players that are most commonly used. But definitely download that app, and you'll get a bunch of notifications as trades occur, as players get hurt or are either upgraded or downgraded via whatever their health status is.
Like, for real, Kadarius Tony, I knew he was going to be traded because of the Sleeper app.
There you go.
And I was like, and I'm jumping on this right away.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. A lot of times it doesn't mean that you're the most in the know. It's just how quickly you can react.
Exactly.
So if you have a way to react really quickly, it's definitely to your advantage. All right, we'll jump over to the final segment of the show, our studs and duds. DL, we had some success in the last few weeks. How did you do last week, and who you got this week as your stud?
Okay, so I erased my stud from last week. As PJ Walker.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, PJ Walker.
He was solid.
He did well, and they won.
That's right.
And that Hail Mary to DJ Moore.
Yeah,
that was awesome. So I think that was a good one.
It was a good one. I like it.
Okay, this one I don't know.
You went for it's a Hail Mary throw here.
I had to.
Here's your Hail Mary.
My stud of this week is Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. All right.
You're probably like, wasn't he your dud? Like,
yeah, he was.
And now he's your stud. Like, what's going on?
He's showing signs of life, though, dude.
He is.
Flip the switch real quick on that one, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Pitts has scored a touchdown scored a touchdown in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Right. So 2 out of the 3 games.
Yep.
There was 1 game he didn't. So he saw a high target, or he was target high at 9 this past week.
Okay.
So he got 9 targets in week 8. Wow. I wrote this myself. I can't.
I know.
Week 9, the Falcons take on the Chargers. Their D has been exactly.
Their D has been average?
Has been average.
The D has been average.
Average D.
Yeah.
Much like some people I know.
Not me.
Anyways, no comment there. But yeah, I think honestly, like, it's almost like they just like, oh yeah, Kyle Pitts is good. Let's start throwing him the ball. Like, I don't know what happened. I'm excited about it because I still got him on a lot of my teams. So please, Kyle Pitts, be my stud.
Dude, is your wife watching this show? Probably not. You have glitter on your face.
I have girls.
Where were you? Oh, okay.
I have girls.
Okay.
Glitter bombs.
All right.
I don't know why.
There's like
why
little
you're
glitter. I keep seeing
implying.
It's like bright. It looks good, man. It brings like attention to your eyes.
Thank you.
That's a good feature. All right, who's your dud this week?
My dud is Tom Brady.
Oh.
And really, I picked him because I struggled with my dud this week.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I was like, okay. I went with Tom Brady just because he's failed to throw multiple touchdowns in 7 out of the 8 games. He's going up against the Rams, who have only allowed 8 touchdowns in the last 7 games. So that's pretty much why I picked it. He should have, honestly, I think he really just should have not come out of retirement. He went out on a solid note.
He did?
And this year,
Well, he could have gone out, right?
he could have gone out.
Yeah.
Could have gone out on a solid note. No one would.
Maybe saved his marriage too. Who knows?
I don't want to go there.
Well,
I don't want to.
We'll see. All right, so we'll jump over to my stud. But we could be a little lighthearted here. Come on.
as
The
long
guy's
as-
the GOAT. Like, he could take a joke. It's fine.
I don't know. He sends out cease and desist, and
I don't think he will.
Giselle
For
was
a
saying
joke,
some
it's-
stuff.
Is it really that bad a thing if Tom Brady were to attack us on Twitter?
No.
Oh no! Okay,
Are we
Absolutely
really
not.
complaining
Good
about
point.
that?
Good point.
Yeah.
So, there is no such thing as bad press.
Yeah, there's
I
no
like
such
it.
thing as bad pub. All pub is good pub.
That'd be awesome if he's like, "You guys, how dare you?" And
Yeah.
then all of a sudden we get like thousands.
I mean, but
subs.
he's like a public figure, so like you can say a lot. Like there's a freedom of
true.
speech kind of changes
Yep.
to public figures. All right, cool. My stud last week was Justin Fields. I
Oh.
promised people that he would score at least 20 points. And guess what? He scored 26.
Wow! So he had a good game.
Yeah, so maybe you guys should
Some would
listen to
say
us.
that
Yeah.
he is an elite quarterback.
Some might say he took over parts of that game.
I would say that. I would say he took over a game. And that's what you want to see, right, Andrew? You want to see the quarterback take over the game, right?
Yes, I want to
Okay.
see it every game.
Okay.
Every single
Every
game.
game.
Okay.
Okay.
Well. All right.
See
Anyway,
some W's
Okay.
too. That'd be nice.
Can't wait to see
Hard to
you
get
in that
W's when
bright
your team
orange.
sucks.
Not a
Justin
20-point.
Fields jersey.
If it wasn't if it was a 7-point game, better. It was a 20-point difference.
And that was his fault, not the
I'd
defense.
score more touchdowns.
anyway, my stud
Okay.
this week because I was right last week, is Raheem Mostert.
Woo.
I actually am very excited that the Dolphins did not trade for another, elite running back. They traded for Jeff Wilson Jr., who will probably be
Hello, my name is Jeff.
Yeah, he'll be the second string running back for sure. Probably insurance in case Raheem, when and if he gets hurt, because he seems to do that all the time. But he does take on a terrible Bears defense.
Wait. No. It's not the Bears defense that lost him that game. It's Justin Fields.
Oh, no.
Justin Fields lost him that game.
Here we
not
go.
the Bears defense.
Here we go.
Not them giving up a huge run to Tony Pollard where they could have stopped him. No.
Do you know that Tony Pollard did something last game that Zeke has never done? He scored 3 touchdowns on 14 attempts.
I was playing against him.
Yeah.
And I had Kamara, and I was like, of course, I'm playing against Tony Pollard, who gets 3 freaking touchdowns, and I have to watch it. I literally have to watch it. Anyways,
that sucks.
I didn't have to.
But he's better than Zeke these days.
Oh, yeah.
My dud last week was Romeo Dubes.
Yep.
I advised you guys that he would only get 60 yards.
Okay, what happened?
Well, he got 62.
Really?
And a touchdown.
Oh.
Yeah, he did catch a touchdown. He seems to be their, primary target at wide receiver. So I apologize, guys. I was wrong.
I'm more shocked at your dud this week.
Yeah, my dud this week is crazy. I went out on a limb here, and my dud this week is Dameon Pierce. Now, let me explain.
Please.
I think the Texans will be playing from behind early, and he won't get a ton of looks. I kind of think that's the case. As a reminder out there, the Texans this week play against
Philly,
the Eagles, and they play on Thursday. And you know how Thursday night games go; they're usually pretty bad.
Bad to watch sometimes, most of the time, and bad for fantasy.
Yeah,
like look at perfect example. Yeah. Gus Edwards had an amazing game on Sunday, looked great, and then he had a clunker on Thursday.
Average,
just looked bad.
Yeah,
it always happens.
And I feel like it's the good teams that perform kind of okay, and the bad teams perform really bad. So the Texans are not a good team, but the Eagles are, and I could see the Eagles go in there and just steamroll them.
Fly, Eagles fly.
There you go. So I'm a Broncos country. Let's ride, and you're fly, Eagles fly. Over there?
I'm like, honestly, the Eagles are like my second team this year.
Nice.
And it's the only thing that puts a smile on my face because, like Andrew, who's mad at the world, the Bears really hurt me. So I'm glad I got some joy in my life with football.
You can always change, man.
I can't.
Nobody says you have to be sold. Sell your soul to your team.
I can't, bro.
I ripped away that Bears fandom, and even if the Bengals lost last night, I'm still Houday Nation.
There's something important to say here. This is outside of fantasy. Loyalty.
Yes.
Okay, loyalty is crucial. I think we lose ourselves these days.
In
Loyalty
business, in sports, it don't mean nothing.
Yeah, but it's that much sweeter. When the Cubs won the World Series, I freaking cried because of the loyalty to that team that I have.
Year after year.
And when the White Sox won the World Series,
oh man, I was balling
because of what loyalty means.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. There's something to be said for staying with the team through thick and thin, through the good, the highs, the lows, through it all.
And not jumping on a team's bandwagon
when
just
they're
because
good.
they went to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Houday Nation, baby.
Oh, Lord.
I'm rolling with my boys from LSU. Houday Nation. Dude, go for the Bills. Go for the Eagles.
Nah.
Ride with the teams that are hot. You will see. There is a statistic analyst that says that you are 40% happier when you are not riding with your ride or die team.
Huh.
When you just love football, you find yourself being a lot happier.
I just can't, man. I just can't.
I get it.
How
get
can
it.
you
Trust
switch everything? All those years wasted. I mean, I've been with some crazy
understand.
girls,
yeah.
and I had to walk away.
We couldn't go one show without talking about girls. Couldn't do it.
Hey,
just couldn't do it.
Sorry.
We're just trying to help you out, man.
All right.
Nah, we're fine over here. We're good over here, being loyal to our Bears.
Bear down.
Yeah, bear down. That is right. That's going to do it for today's episode. Remember to shoot us your start-sit questions by tweeting us.
Tweet FFG.
And use the hashtag
Ask Us FFG.
Or send us questions via email if that's better for you. You can send those to us directly at
AskUsFFG@gmail.com.
And feel free to leave me voicemails. You can call me directly if you want. I'll probably answer the phone and answer your question live.
Too.
Yeah, you
We're
can
getting
text
lots
me.
of texts now.
We do get texts. Send us those
I like
texts
those.
as well. Feel free to send those directly to me at
708-655-4508.
All right, phony homies, we'll catch you guys again next week on another fantastic episode of the Fake Football Guys show. For Andrew, Double D, for TJ in the back, for DL, my name is JC. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and
Smash
that notification button. Peace.